Welcome to Toffee TV. Here's my three things. Everton 0, Fulham 1. Disappointing. Well, it's an understatement. To say it's a disappointing result is an understatement. Today, Everton 0, Fulham 1. And a frustrating afternoon at Goodison Park. Many chances squandered. I think Everton had 19 attempts at goal and 9 on target. And didn't score a goal. And, you know, it's there for everyone to see. It's like your house is on fire in the basement and no one's putting it out. That's how it feels at the moment, and that's where Everton have got to target that, but we'll come on to that in a minute. First thing I'm going to talk about is let's go with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, number one. Let's go with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. The lad has played a couple of 45-minute games in friendlies. You know, I was at Goodison Park last week. He played the first half, scored the penalty. Generally gives Everton a focal point. We look a better team when he's in it. He said he felt good. He's trained all week. Apparently he's saying he was fit to play today, or that's what's going around. And the manager's not put him even on the bench, which I find a strange decision, to say the least. I imagine Sean Dyche has got an idea of Dominic Calvert-Lewin's fitness plan, and if he hasn't completed it, he's not going to consider him for games. That's a massively risky strategy. It's one which has come back and bit Dyche on the arse today after that. And if you're Dom and you're fit and the manager does that, I don't think that's a great place for either to be in. But he's done it. We need Dominic Calvert-Lewin back in this Everton side. We really do. We've got no threat without Dominic Calvert-Lewin through the middle right now. He's the only other one. Him in the team makes Everton a better side. It's people who come in and have tried to deputise for him are not up to doing that. The way we play doesn't suit Neil Maupay. You know, I think Arnaud Danjuma for me is better off the wide areas anyway. The manager's not going to give the likes of Tom Cannon a go, and he's going to move to Preston on loan anyway, I imagine, this week. Yusuf Chimiti's come in, but he's only just got in the club yesterday, hasn't he? Too early for him, and he's only a young player. So we need Dominic Calvert-Lewin fit and ready to go. We've got a massively difficult game next week against Aston Villa. And then we've got Wolves at home in a must-win now. Simple as. The players have put themselves in a position where Wolves at home is now a must-win game with that result today. But Dom has to be involved ASAP, because without him we're nothing right now. Second thing I want to speak about is the structure of the team. And, you know, I went to the Sporting game last week and I looked at James Garner on the wide right and Iwobi wide left, and to me, this is just obviously my opinion. I'm quite sure lots of people in the comment section will disagree with me, but them two in them areas are just not what Everton need. Alex Iwobi can only be considered through the middle for me. I think his energy's good. I think he does create chances. The stats will tell you that, but I just don't think he's dynamic enough in wide areas for us. We're certainly not when we've got James Garner as the other kind of right winger, who's a central midfield player who we are trying to shoehorn into positions, it seems. I've heard a lot of people banging on about him to be the right back, to play right back or whatever. He's a central midfield player. That's what he's been bought as, and therefore that's where he should be playing. He should never have been shoved on the right wing. It didn't work last week against Sporting, and it didn't work today. And it's not going to go with James Garner. That's just not his position. What you need in that final third is creativity, is people who are going to go 1v1, skip past people, have shots, put crosses in. He doesn't do any of that. Doesn't do any of that. So we're an attacker down, almost, aren't we? You know, Iwobi, I don't think he's not what I would want from a wide player. But he is what you'd want from a creative midfield player, never had zero creativity. So the toss-up for him would come with him or Decore for me. Right now, I understand why the manager will play him wide. I've got no Dwight McNeil. He obviously felt Danjuma wasn't fit enough. I don't know. Lewis Dobbin he doesn't feel like he's a starter. So we haven't really got any other options in that area. So I understand why Iwobi is out there, but I don't understand the James Garner thing there. I'd rather than play Michalenko left back and Ashley Young higher up and Iwobi on the other side today, rather than try to shoe on Garner into those areas. Danjuma is trained for a few days, maybe he wasn't fit enough. But I just seen it last week with Garner. He's not natural in that position. You need attacking players in that position and people who can get goals. We've started. This is the Premier League today. And this is a home game. Without being disrespectful to Fulham, they were poor today. They were very, very poor. And they've won the game. Because we have blown opportunities. A normal team with attacking players would have won that game 4-1. And it would have been... Fulham wouldn't have had anything that would have justified them being able to come back there and go, we didn't deserve that. They had no chances in the game, nearly. They had the ball, didn't do anything with it, and Everton had all the clear-cut chances and blew them all. And so, you know, players in that final third, they put the ball in the net, would have won that game for Everton, and yet we've purposefully put people in them areas who don't score goals. So we have to, for me, the manager's got to very quickly settle on building a team, and that includes putting Jared Brantwaite in with Tarkowski at centre-back, get the youth in there, get the energy in there, and go with it. If Nathan Patterson doesn't step up to the plate, then maybe James Garner, because he's played there for England, maybe he would put Patterson under pressure at right back. I don't know, but he is a centre mid, and do we really want to be moving him every bit? But for me, in the final third or in wide areas, you've got to have people who can make things happen. I don't think we're doing him any favours. And finally, and it'll go on to that, and it'll cover both other points really, is that the club have got to spend some money on attacking players. And I know they're trying to get Willie Nonso in from Leeds, but Leeds are saying right now that that's not going to happen, despite the player refusing to play and want to join Everton. Another centre forward, I know Everton are looking at a couple and in talks with a couple to see which one goes furthest. We've got to get these players in, and we probably need another player in that side as well, another one coming into the squad as well. We need at least 3 more, and we've got to get them in. We've got to get these attacking players in. What we have now isn't good enough. It really isn't. We need Dom fit. Yes, when Dwight McNeil's back, he helps that area, of course he does, and if we got another 2 in, then that would help it again. And we've got Chimiti. All of a sudden we'd have some options. Right now, as we've just seen in that game, the options in the final third are really poor. If we'd have had better options with goals in them, we win that game today. And we'd have got off to a great start, and we'd all be feeling more confident, more positive going to Villa next week. Still be a tough game, and Everton still may have lost the game because Villa are just a better team than us at the moment. But now we go there, and I think everybody coming out that ground was flat. And you can't have that on day one, and it feels self-inflicted to me. It felt a bit self-inflicted. We still had options there, don't get me wrong. Tom Cannon was on the bench there. The manager could quite easily have just gone, right, get him up front for 10 minutes. The kid gets on the end of things. We've seen that. But he didn't. So we have to get these options in, and they've got to get in ASAP. So whether that's moving on from Nonso, if the club genuinely feel like that isn't going to happen, go and get someone else, identify someone else, whether it be Suleiman or whether it be anyone else. We've got to do it. We've got to do it, because these games, we cannot throw games away. We've blown one today. We've blown the chance for a win today. It's gone. So we have to move on and recover very quickly. Right, that's enough waffling from me. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Have a good weekend. See you later.